wanted to tell you people, I took a friend of mine, that's videoing this, to an area where I had seen these rocks, these round rocks, by the thousands in different areas in a place that I used to work in. And I took him there with me, and we gathered several of them up, and we wanted the people to see how they were formed. We're going to crack a couple.
They look kind of like iron ore rocks, don't they? Like
Right.
it's iron.
Right.
You know.
But if you'll notice around the edge here, it almost looks like a two-piece, like they're almost two halves welded together. It's almost like it's two separate pieces and they've just welded together. But anyway, it is said that inside of these poppers, they call them, the old timers called them poppers because they would put them in a fireplace and they would explode, or they would throw them up against the wall. But there was tales, how true it is we don't know, that the Indians used the powder that was inside of these for their paint whenever they were for their war paint. We've busted a few of these open in the past. Some of them might have kind of a yellowish looking powder in them, some of them might be red. And so what we're going to do is we're going to break a couple of these open and just see what difference.
Actually, the powder kind of looked like sand too, didn't it?
Right, it's kind of a sandy, it's more of a sand. And where we found these was kind of in an area pretty close to a creek. And a couple of them were actually kind of damp when we got them. And the ones that we cracked open, the damp ones, I noticed sand was kind of moist.
Moist on the inside, yeah. And didn't you talk to a park official that lived over around White Oak Lake, or worked for like the park in White Oak or something?
Right.
What?
And I was talking to him about a house over there. I thought that was a Civil War log house, and he didn't know anything about it. And I'm still going to do some research to see if maybe some Civil War soldiers might have either built that log cabin, or I know they stayed in it. I was told that they stayed in it anyway. And it's not too far from where where I located this stuff. That area is known for artifacts.
You've even found some arrowheads over there.
Arrowheads over there.
Right.
It's a kind of a desolate area, and there's no houses in that area.
Right.
But it's close to that lake, and Indians, they're going to be near water.
Right.
But it was just odd to me. I have around my property, I have the old iron ore rock, which are volcanic rock, and they're similar to this, and they're hollow, but they're a lot larger.
Right.
But I know this was a volcanic area at that time. So,
well, let's break some of these open and show the folks inside the.
Okay, we're gonna break this one open right here first, and it doesn't take much to pop them open, or it didn't.
That just popped open.
I mean,
it just shattered. Look, the sand has become of a white-looking sand inside it, powder inside it.
Yeah, it's just it's almost like a salt, just a.
Yeah.
And then it's got kind of a glisten. You can see it kind of glittering.
Yeah.
A little bit, but for what that powder is, there is no telling how many years that has been in that. It's thousands of years old.
And some of the powders are even red or purple colored, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think didn't we break some open the other day?
Well, up in this corner, it's kind of a pinkish color.
Yeah.
But it's a real fine sand.
Right.
That I think if you did mix it with some water,
right,
it would turn into it would be a paste.
Right.
More like. So we'll just push this over.
But we did say that the Indians used it for maybe like face paint or ceremonies, Indian ceremonies or something.
Right. That's what I've been told.
Let's open that big one up.
We got this large one right here. I guess I could hit it right on
Why don't you hit
side.
it on the side for it look like
Right.
maybe it'll.
quite a bit harder. There it goes.
Easy. That one was kind of solid on the inside. It wasn't hollow, was it?
Right.
That
It's kind
stuff
of
is
orange,
kind
a reddish. That's actually, look at. It looks to me like you've got ages, like a tree. You know, you got the outer skin, and then you've got one skin right below that, and you have another skin, and then a third skin, like 3 different age groups.
right.
Of
Yeah, because the center looks rusty colored, don't it?
right. And then you look at the outer, right at the outer edge with this gray right here. It's almost silver
Right,
underneath this outer skin.
right.
What that is, I have no idea.
And these are actually rocks, folks. There's iron. Looks like an iron ore rock, you know. And some are hollow with that powder inside them, and some are solid, like this one was. It was more of a solid inside, you know.
Right, but it
Let's break this one open. See what it's in here.
Right.
It's kind of looks like it might be a good one to break open. I wish it'd have a different color in it, powder inside it.
Ooh, it does.
It's got a red powdery look to it. No, check that out.
Yeah, it's just red.
Yeah, look, the powder that come out of it was red looking.
Move over that way just a little bit and let that sun hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far away from
No,
it.
get up there on it, but I'm just saying, you can see the difference in the color. See how purple this is?
Yeah.
And look how much thicker this gray skin is on this one than it is on that one. I don't know.
And
what
then look
that
at
means.
this other one. The other one had white in it. Had white powder in it. You know?
Right.
And this one had a red or purplish powder inside it.
Yeah. You know, and it amazes us. We don't know. We have no idea what this is.
The thing is, what's amazing to me is how it looks like sand almost, you know.
Yeah,
How
right.
did that get inside there, you know? Or maybe what it is, maybe it was, maybe they were all like this one that was solid, you know, at one time, and it just, you know, after a while it deteriorated, you know, and became that sand look.
But
stuff.
you mix it, you know, if you had enough of these, if you mixed it with some water,
See, that's just, look at his finger.
it's
That
gonna,
stuff is just like dye almost.
yeah,
see?
it's gonna die. We wonder if the Indians used that to dye. No telling what.
Right.
Some of their fletchings on their arrows, their
Right,
clothes. They
right.
could use this for their clothes,
Right,
or even as face paint.
right.
So anyway, it's a mystery to us what they actually are. I mean, I'd like to talk to an archaeologist that would really know about this stuff. But let's break this one open
Okay.
and see what we got here. It amazes me how much that it looks like a type of a nut or something. And the only
Right.
thing I can figure is like if it was a volcanic eruption,
Right.
and as this sand was being forced down a hillside or whatever, it hardened on the outside.
Right.
But I can assure you that it's thousands of years old. I can assure you that.
All right. This one looks solid too. It is solid.
Yep, it's got a solid interior, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That one was real pretty, that purple.
Mm-hmm. Sure was. It is.
Anyway, the ones I found have never been any larger than these.
Uh-huh.
They're all just about quarter size.
And I made a video of these things when we first found them, and I was calling them geos. I thought that's what they were, you know. But geos are a lot bigger, you know. And geos, they have crystals of all different colors in them on the inside, and some of them are solid on the inside, but they're got like agate colors on the inside. And these things are not geos. They call them either poppers or powders. Okay,
Popper rocks or powder rock.
or powdered rocks, right?
Popper because they throw them in the fireplace or throw them in fires and they pop.
Right.
But it makes you wonder, why do they pop?
Right.
Why would this pop?
Right. I guess because some of them are hollowing in
air
inside there. Yeah.
There's air inside that, and it's got to get out somehow.
Right. Right.
I don't know. Let me look right over here and see if there's one of these iron ore rocks over here that we can break open. And maybe see possibly something that's inside one of them. These, of course, like that right there, that is actually on the inside of that. It's going to be kind of hollow inside it.
Okay.
But you got bigger ones like these. These are actually the same thing, like that.
Yeah. Hollow on the inside, huh?
Right. You wanna
Are those lava rocks?
Right. I call these or iron ore. Lava or iron ore. I thought maybe find one a little bit smaller. We can break this one open and see what.
Okay. All right.
They're all over the place out here. I just, they're covered up with this. This would be kind of like what they look like on the inside.
Yeah, see, there's part of the hollow there, see?
Yeah. All right, let's walk over and see if we can break this one up. This one will be harder to break. I have to have a sledgehammer to break this one. Maybe not. See, there's one right there.
Okay.
See, there's one right there that's similar to it. You can think that millions of years ago, when the volcanic activity was here, this was cast thousands and thousands of feet up into the air.
Right, right.
Like the molten lava.
Really?
That's what it was.
And that's hollow on the inside, huh?
Yeah, that'll be kind of hollow on the inside.
And then look, it's even got, this thing's even got a crack in it.
Let's go with this one right here.
I don't know how long these minutes gonna be on this thing.
Let's see if we can break this one open.
All right.
I'm gonna set it down here on the ground.
Gonna break it on these rocks.
Watch your eyes.
Okay. Oh man, that thing had powder inside it.
Man, it went crazy, didn't it?
Look, boy.
All right, now you think about that.
Look at that. That may have been a powder or popper too, when it's just gigantic.
Maybe so.
But look, that's hollow on the inside.
And that's just it's almost like mud. It's almost like dried mud.
Yeah.
Inside.
Wow, check that out.
That busted wide open, didn't it?
Yeah, shattered everywhere, didn't it?
But we don't know. And I'm sure that the Indians used these as well.
Well, this thing is really hollow. Look how hollow that thing is.
And like this edge right here, it's also got that that glisten or that real coarse edge to it. Why don't you take that piece home?
Okay.
That way you can just see what you got. But there again, there's that powder, except the difference is this is more like powder than sand.
Right.
This is actually a dust.
Yeah.
The poppers are actually like sand.
Right.
But this is more like a powder.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the difference. I don't know if I can get enough to get over here to put it beside some of this other or not. But this other is more of a sand and this is more of a powder. Without a doubt, that's more of a powder.
And this here, this here came out of this big rock.
Right.
That thing must be slam full of that stuff, man. Well,
what I'd like to do is take this to a biologist of some sort.
Right.
That studies rock formation.
Right.
And see if they could determine
just how old they are. Yeah. Maybe this one would be better because it's got the layers.
Right.
Or one of them that you was looking at had the layers inside it.
Yeah. One of these had some layers in it.
Right.
Well, like this one.
I believe that one was the one that had the layers.
It had the different layers, and it's got the
glitter.
Glitter,
yeah.
Which it makes. What is that glitter? What is that?
Yeah, some kind of mineral, I guess. You would think.
But it's just, you look at this. This is sand, and this is powder.
Right. And so, folks, I'm sorry about the film, my shaky hand and the filming. Trying to keep the camera on. I'm looking at my friend here talking and trying to hold the camera on him and the rocks and just everything. But
so you got, what do we know that they did? They may have taken these three mixtures,
right, and put them together.
Mixed them together to make some sort of a blended color. We don't know.
Who knows?
But I'm sure that like this. Well, it's not really sticking on my hand.
The red one really showed up good.
The red one shows up real nice. It actually stains it a little bit.
Yeah.
I believe if you put that on some clothing, it would stain it.
Right.
And I think that would too.
Yeah.
So
let me keep all those.
Let me carry them over to you, Carl.
Well, that's it, folks. This is Yulelah saying good luck with your hunting and God bless. I'm over here with a friend. I can't say where, but we're at a geo mine, and we're just way out in the middle of the woods. This is an old road that comes through here, and there's geos. I guess they're geos, but they're round-looking iron rocks, and they're hollow on the inside. And we'll break a couple open when I get back home, but I don't know if there's any quartz or anything on the inside of them or not, but I've already seen that they're hollow from the friend of mine is with me, had before. And they were laying all over. I've got probably about, 10 or 15 of them in my pocket already. Here's another one. See this one laying right here? Just looks like a round rock. Some of them are different. Some of them got little, I want to say little, well, look at this one. See how this one's shaped? It's got kind of a flat tip on the end of it, but it's round right here where the hollow part is. If I ain't going, I'm probably going to get my butt muddy, but here's another one. This is a good one. Look here at this one. Look at this one here. And they're all over out here. It's definitely, this is definitely a geo mine. It's got to be. They ain't very big. I've seen geos a lot bigger, but they're definitely geos. There's iron rocks right here, old iron rocks, see? And friend, he said he's found arrowheads out here too, up and down these roads and out in the woods and stuff. There's a big body of water nearby and some state land nearby. And I can't say where, but anyway, we better get out of here, I guess. Yeah. We can't put a claim on it because of where it's at. Here's another one I just found. There's a bunch of them here. Here's two more. I can get them up. Well, actually three right here. My pocket's gonna be nasty from all the mud on these rocks or the water. But anyway, if you can see the truck right there, we're just right here in the middle of a pine thicket.
Isn't that unique right there?
Reckon that was a geo?
I don't know.
Kind of thick looking.
Flattened out, ain't it? I found this and I'm gonna keep it myself.
That's a geo?
Three of them together.
Three of them together. Look there at that now. Ain't that unique? Wow. Well, keeping our eyes for an arrowhead now, because there have been arrowheads found in this road, especially back here where them iron rocks were. Probably some laying around there.
I found that one right down there in the middle of the road. You still videotaping?
Yeah. You never know what you might see. Y'all, here's one of them geos that was already broke open, and it was in half. As we're in the truck now traveling, you might not be able to see. There's not much light here in the truck, but that geo, the inside of it, it's crystallized looking inside it. It's kind of shiny. Maybe you can see it better in the light when I get it home. I'll get it cleaned up a little bit better. We broke one of these geos open, and it's got a reddish looking powdered dust like in it. Looks like almost like red dirt almost. And them things were solid too. They were round. I'll give you an example of what one of them things looked like the one we opened up. If I can find one in my pocket, put it around.